Oroku Saki's grandson who's
Right.
taking over, right?
Right.
And
Hiroto.
he decides to do a plan where I'm gonna say, we're going to call for peace, right? And he gets the turtles to split up. He gets the turtles to split up and do whatever, right? And so when I was thinking to myself, like, yo, like, you know, if the last Ronin would have stuck to some canon to the IDW,
Right.
right, where Mikey could come to the full understanding of what his father was trying to do at the end of the IDW series.
Right.
He's back into the fold. He's back into the fold, right? So now he's back into the fold, right? Everybody's a family how they need to, right?
Right.
There's Karai is still out there. She's somehow, some way, she has she has her son, right? Her son's now taking over, because they done had the beef, and with, she had beef with Raph and whatever, so those things still happen.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, if they would have stuck to the comments, some things that I've had problems with could have been
ironed out.
Could have been ironed out, and it would have been way more enjoyable.
At the creativity. My bad.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to nitpick at the creativity, but what I was thinking most of was, if the Hiroto clan, or not Hiroto clan, but if the Hamato clan had still been around in the IDW version, Splinter wouldn't have been on his own. You see what I'm saying? Splinter wouldn't have been so outnumbered. If the Hamato clan still existed, they would have been useful during the IDW version. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the things that happened wouldn't have happened again. He would have had reinforcements. He would have had backup. You see what I'm saying? Shredder wouldn't have just had an easy hunting spree of our people. The Hamatos would have been our backup. And that's why I'm like, when they said that he went and visited the Hamatos, that was something that was so different than anything we had saw. It was like, okay, this is definitely its own thing. But of course it needs to be its own thing. They're not killing off the canon turtles to let Mikey run around. They'll never do something. You see how badly Last Ronin tanked?
Yeah.
If they led all of the characters' progression up to kill them and go with that storyline, it ruins the IDW.
Right.
It ruins it.
It does.
Because it was a bad move to do in Last Ronin. Last Ronin could have been good, but Raph was supposed to be the one that survived. And as a Raph fan, I know a lot of people are like, oh, come on, man. But man, Casey Marie being raised and asking a turtle about her father, and you know what I'm saying, learning how to fight from this turtle. If Last Ronin had never came up and we said, hey, what would be the dopest story idea for these characters? One of the turtles, a sensei to the daughter of Casey Jones. You know damn well what the answer is. You know what the answer is. You know what I'm saying? You got one person on the side who's his best friend, where we can get some emotional pull from that, where we can actually see something. You got somebody else who's an extra, who just showed up today. Somebody else who's not the best friend. Somebody else you pick the character with the least amount of scenes with Casey Jones. Why not? What I want to know is, because everybody just loves Mikey so much that they want to pick Mikey, why shouldn't it be Raph? What is so bad about Raph having this story that we should disregard the elements that are catered directly to him? Now, if there was a character that was catered directly to Mikey, and I was saying, nah, it needs to be Raph, people would be like...
Now, as a Mikey fan, I have an answer for that. As a Mikey fan, unlike Mikey, I did enjoy the story.
I like Mikey too. It's just
right.
You know.
There's, like I said, I've saw some things that could have been ironed out, but I got to be honest, it would have held a little bit more if it did came from Raph.
If it came from Raph,
If
it
it
would have
make
held
and
a
here's
lot.
and here's why and here's why and here's why I say this, right? I'm fresh off of read of looking at the thing. Like I was on YouTube watching it.
Yeah,
I'm fresh off of it, right? So there's a scene. Mikey is training Casey,
yeah,
right? Matter of fact, when he gets he's in the sewer, man, I miss my brothers. He's losing blood, he's about to pass out. Casey catches him, right?
right,
Brings him over to the bed and like brings him over to the bed or whatever. So he's like laying down. He wakes up. He's with April. He's surprised April's alive, right?
right.
And then as he's up, he's making tea and whatever, right? She gets to making breakfast and then she gets to talking about everyone. It was like, and by the way, Casey, breakfast is ready. He spills his tea. Casey's alive, right?
Right.
That would have been more of a shock for Raph than it would be for Mikey.
I
It
mean,
definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. All the turtles definitely for sure, but
yeah.
how much
But
more
no,
so
no,
it
I'm with
means
you.
for
I was agreeing with you.
yeah,
I
yeah. How
agree
much
because
more so? Yeah, how much more so because we know how close Raph is to Casey. Now,
exactly. Like
now,
I see it as like, you know,
right, and
I
now,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, and then right. So a few days. I think it was like the next day or something like that. Right. Um, he's he's watching her like train, right? She's throwing kicks and punches at the bag, right?
Right.
And we gotta and we oh and we got to give context, right? Mikey is older.
Yeah.
Mikey is older. Mikey, when we talk about Mikey got potential, this is older Mikey with his potential now fulfilled. And the reason why I say that is because he done read Master Splinter's book. He went off to do some training. He went out to, basically go find himself. Like everything went to chaos, and he said he wasn't really thinking. But at the same time, it's not like he didn't know what he was doing, but he did. But he did realize he needed to clear his mind. He was going through his dad's book. He was reading through his book, doing the training, whatever, and then he came back. And then he came back, right? So now back to when it comes to Casey, right?
Right.
Casey, he's training. He's watching her throw punches and whatever, right? As soon as she's done, she goes, "Well, uh, all for instead of with the exception of getting your cardio in, you achieved absolutely nothing, right?"
Right.
And then he starts to get training, and she was like, "Come on, show me what you got." And she was like, "What?" He was like, and he goads her in,
Yeah.
all that. He was like, "Oh, you're just playing around." How much more so hearing that from Wrath than
Right.
Mikey? "Oh, you just trying to play around? Show me what you got. You know who
In
your
my
daddy is?"
exactly, that's what I said. It
Right.
wasn't just the lines to me, but the lines, the characters, the
Hmm.
everything. The Mikey is attempting to play this role of the hardened, tough love character, which I don't know why people want to see Mikey attain a state that is already similar to Wrath. We go extra steps to put Mikey in that position. Whereas, to me, it's not so much as the lines of what would sound better from Raph. To me, it's more of the situation that's perfect, right? Let's say if you had a situation, let's say if you had a situation where Goku had a daughter and Goku died, and his daughter is
Right.
supposed to travel and supposed to train with somebody, right? And you could either, you got a Goku, you got a Krillin over there, you got a Vegeta over there, you know what I'm saying, or something like that.
Right.
But you choose Hercule.
Right.
But you choose Hercule, or but you choose Pycon, or but you choose, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You choose somebody who you missed the chance for the most. You know what I mean? You missed it, man. Like
Right.
you missed the opportunity. I get it. It can be done. You can physically run this story with everybody, but you miss out on certain elemental factors. At one point in time, they're going to be sitting there talking about the past. Wrath,
Exactly.
Wrath can talk about Casey with more emotion. What I noticed was Mikey never talked to her with emotion. He could talk to her with this tough guy, with this blah, 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 with this, that, and the third, but he never talked to her like he was on the verge of crying. He never talked to her from a position of, when Casey died, nigga, that shit hurt me bad.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He was just a mentor. He wasn't a person that would have lost his mind because Casey died. He wasn't a person who would have been like, Casey, and jumped out there to try to save him while everybody would have told him to wait, and he would have went out there and tried to rescue that nigga.
Right.
He wasn't the main character out of the group who cared the most about Casey.
Right.
That's what it boils down to.
Exactly.
Don't get as much because, you know, just like when Casey got kidnapped in 2003, when they both got kidnapped, Raph escaped and came back. Raph, it could be a setup, but Casey could get killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's, I should have been there. I shouldn't have, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Went down there to go save him. In the IDW, when Shredder had Casey, Raph was like, I gotta go get him. April stopped Raph as they walked away. Hey, bring him back home for me, for real. For sure. They go out there. When he broadcast Casey and stabbed Casey in the gut with a mortal wound, they was like, Raph, don't, nigga. It ain't nothing we can do. Raph was like, fuck that. We gotta figure something out. Jumped out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they go to battle. I gotta save him. And they like, even though Leo got kidnapped, Casey would have died if you hadn't have got out there. He like, nah, I gotta save my brother though. Which he did.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it's like, if Casey is dead and his daughter is there, we could have a real conversation of, you know, I was the one that used to run around with your dad. Yeah, out of all of us, it was me.
Right.
Which would have meant something to her.
Right.
Like, I heard about the turtles, but this one, I could tell really loved my pops. You know what I'm saying? This one. And Raph cares so much about people. He cares so much about people. If he got Casey's daughter, I'm willing to bet he would die for her. Thanks for being such a great fan. Backshot Sally. Diamonds did it.